Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to look at the first, which I think is the first Swedish tank that was ever introduced to the game. And it was here years ago. Even though the Swedish tech tree has been sort of fairly recent, how this tank has been around for years, but it was never sort of down as a Swedish tank. It was down as a hybrid tank, and you can get this tank for absolutely free. It is the STRV 74A2. It is a tier 6 Swedish medium tank that Wargaming have released this event, where, well, a subscription where all you've got to do is sign into the game 10 days in a row. That is absolutely it. But not just that, you do get some goodies along the way. You get some of, just all these goodies, they're not too bad. So it's not just the tank. But today we are going to look at the tank to see if it's worth getting. Now, it has been around, as I've said, for a very, very long time. Like, honestly, very long time. And we're going to look at the stats, and we're just going to have a look at one gameplay that I did. Pretty decent game. But the tank itself, I think, is pretty poor. I'm not a lover of the tank, never have been, and I do think it is a pretty poor tank. For it to be a good tank, I think Wargaming do need to give it a few changes, and we'll talk about them changes. One of them is it is an auto-loader, but it's a tier 4 gun. Yeah, I think you need to give that a tier 6 or a tier 7 gun, more penetration, maybe a bit more alpha, for it to actually be a dangerous gun. So, as we've said, it is an auto-loader, so the armor on this thing is pretty much non-existent. You may get the lucky troll bounce if you're very lucky, against tier 5s especially, but yeah, you can't really rely on the armor. The DPM 1950, that is a magazine reload of 11.77. Now, you have 3 shells in your magazine and 1.5 seconds between each shell, so not too bad with the 1.5 seconds. Your penetration 142 on your AP, 189 on your APCR, and 42 on your HE. You've got 160 alpha on the AP, 135 on your APCR, and 200 on your HE. Aim time, yeah, not too bad, but not great at 3.3, and the gun dispersion isn't great at 0.344, and it does only have 6 degrees of gun depression, and that is one thing I would change about the tank as well, is that gun depression, because sometimes it does feel really, really, really bad. I think it does need a few extra degrees to make it worthwhile. Your top speed is 45 kilometers an hour as well, so yeah, the speed actually feels bad. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel bad. It feels very, very, very sluggish for a medium tank. But having said that, it is a free tank after all. If it was a tank that you had to pay for, then no, I would not be recommending anyone the STRV at all. I think it is a pretty poor tank. But after all, it is free, and everyone loves a free tank. Everyone does love a free tank. So all you've got to do is enter the game for the next 10 days. That is absolutely all you have to do. So it's very, very, very easy. Join the game 10 days in a row, and the tank is yours, along with some other goodies as well. But as I've said, if it was a tank that you had to spend money on, then no. If Wargaming left the tank as it is, then I would never, ever recommend this tank to anybody. There are so many other tier 6 tanks that is just way, way better than this tank. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but because it's a free tank, we'll let them off, because you don't have to pay any money whatsoever. So yeah, join the game, or open the game, and then make sure you do get the subscription. And then, yeah, if you don't want to play, then you don't have to play. All you've got to do is open the game. That is all you have to do. So I do like it when Wargaming do these subscription tanks, because people do like freebies. You know, there are a lot of players out there that just play for fun, play for free. They don't spend any money in the game. And when Wargaming give away birthday tanks, Christmas tanks, free tanks, then people do still like it. So yeah, that is it. I'm not going to show you the rest because there's not too much to show, but open the game for the next 10 days and you can get this this poor tank for absolutely free. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Meadsy. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.